Hey, Battle Bill, here with another video, and today we're going to get into some more Ultra League Go Bad League battles. Alright, I found my Mud Boy team for Ultra League. It's a team I featured, not last video because I was Sean's team, the video before it. That Obstagoon, Cresselia, Gyarados team, I've been having a ton of success with, and in this video, Obstagoon just goes off. So I'm excited to share you guys like this set. I've been having a lot of really positive sets. I have had some negative sets, no perfect teams. Let me just throw that reminder out there. And honestly, maybe I'll follow this video up. I think I'm going to do another shoutcast. But after that, with like a bad set, showing the weaknesses. So we could definitely go over the weaknesses. They're there. Please, please, please. Because I love you guys, but if I have to see in the comments one more time, your team is weak to this, or your team is weak to that, like I don't already know, like, guys. I know I miss a lot. I don't know my typings. I get it. Maybe you guys see me as like the dumb Pokemon Go YouTuber. Probably. Honestly, I wouldn't really blame you. But like I know when my team's weak to certain things. And if I don't know, that's when I'll ask you. Also, you'll notice something a little bit different about this video. I'm going to speed up the game clips. I'm going to give it a try. Some of you guys have been suggesting it, and I do appreciate constructive criticism. So if you ever feel there are improvements that this channel or my videos need to make, I completely understand this channel is far from perfect. I'm far from perfect as a PvP YouTuber. And like I said, if it's constructive and I feel like it's something that I can take value out of, then I appreciate those comments in the comment section. So I'm going to try speeding up the clips, the game clips, and seeing how that goes. If I don't like it though, I'm gonna go back to regular clips, so I'm just giving you the heads up. I am gonna test it for you guys, so let's see how this entire video plays out. So keep in mind when we go through this clip, it's gonna be focusing on the strengths of this team. What I feel is important, like I've showcased in the past with the Mud Boy team, is going and giving you guys multiple videos on it to go over strengths, weaknesses, different matchups, and really showing you it firsthand will help you learn the team and maybe allow you to take it and use it as your own. So getting into this first match, I got the Obstagoon on Gyarados lead, and I've learned playing out this lead a few times that Obstagoon wins this, but it has to give a shield. Now what the Gyarados is almost always going to do is it's going to build up all the way to the Hydro Pump. Because Crunch would be resisted, it would do very minimal damage. You'll notice I also got the boost there, which really helps in the situation. And by the time the Gyarados is going to even try to decide whether they want to throw the Hydro Pump or the Crunch, I'm able to throw another Night Slash there and get it all the way into yellow because of the boost. I'm going to shield no matter what, because even if they bait me, the only charge move they can get to after is another Crunch, which will not take out my Obstagoon. So I just want to make sure a Hydro Pump doesn't come through and hit me. I don't mind a Crunch coming through, so you'll see how minimal that does. Between that and the Dragon Breaths, Obstagoon still wins this, and then they swap in Swampert. But an Obstagoon with a boost is not really too worried about a Swampert. See how much that Night Slash does? It did about a third of its health, and with the counters, I've already got it in the yellow, so you already know when this Hydro Cannon comes through, I'm shielding it up. Heck yes I am. Obstagoon's gonna, again, get the shield here. I'm gonna throw another Night Slash. This will either force their last shield or pretty much put their Swampert into farm range. Got their last shield, which I'm cool with. I'm gonna get a few more counters in, and by the time they get off this next Hydro Cannon and take out my Obstagoon, their Swampert's practically in the red. So Gyarados, Obstagoon got both of their shields. It cost me both of mine, but now their Gyarados and their Swampert are practically dead, and I can bring my own Gyarados. It'll tank one of these Hydro Cannons, but it will Dragon Breath the opposing Swampert down. So again, Obstagoon, I really love it as a lead. I can't stress that enough. I know other YouTubers have gone through it, and have used it, and Obstagoon's kind of pretty meta now at this point, but like I'm really satisfied with it. Like I feel like it wasn't just hype. Like I think it has a place to stay in this Ultra League meta. So I threw my Crunch there. I threw both Crunches. Actually, honestly, I should have come into the farm down there. That was a mistake on my part, actually. I should not have thrown that Crunch because I should have remembered that Gyarados threw both of its Crunches already, so I wasn't going to get to another charge move, and I could have essentially farmed it down, or at least farmed up more energy to try and deal with this Registeel. So Registeel in the back is a big problem for my team if Gyarados ends up landing on another Pokemon, because I really like to use Gyarados for Swamperts, and I kind of need to get out of that habit, and I need to use Cresselia for the Swamperts in case there are Registeels there, so that the Gyarados can kind of deal with the Registeel, because their matchup is closer, and depending on energy, either Registeel or Gyarados will win, but Gyarados can beat it, whereas Cresselia gets absolutely walled by Registeel. So what was important in this match, what I actually did, was I built up a bunch of more energy after I threw my Crunch with Gyarados, and then I got the Gyarados out so I didn't have to take that Flash Cannon, so that hopefully this Cresselia will drain all the Registeel's energy, because as much as Registeel walls Cresselia, Registeel needs to throw all those Flash Cannons or it's not going to take out the Cresselia. You'll also notice I got the debuff, which is definitely super helpful. I'm hoping for more debuffs. I really just want to take care of this Registeel with the Cresselia, not make this stressful. But either way, my plan here at this point is I'm going to wait for this Registeel to throw its charge move. I did go for my Moonblast because it was in Moonblast range, but I think in the back of my mind I was also looking at my switch timer because I could bring in my Gyarados and finish off the Registeel, but because I got to the Moonblast, it's not really necessary. So I'm going to go for the Moonblast here, and this should take out the remaining health of the Registeel. It does, and for the first game, that is GG. So hopefully I get used to commentating over this speed. I don't know if I was speaking faster then. I know I felt a little bit more rushed to get my points out. So again, I do apologize. I might stutter on my words a little bit more, but maybe I can adapt to this. I'm going to try to for you guys. In this next match, we're going up against Master Masara, and I got an Obstagoon on a Cresselia lead. So now, this is not as great of a lead as you might think it is, even though Obstagoon deals super effective damage to Cresselia. Obstagoon needs the boost to win out this matchup, because these Night Slashes, I wouldn't say Dark Pulses, these Night Slashes deal super effective damage, but Cresselia is so tanky, and Cresselia also has access to Moonblast. So what I like to do is I like to let this first Moonblast go through, see how much damage it did there, and the reason why I do that is because in case he gets the debuff, I don't want to commit to my Obstagoon. If I shield it and I get debuffed, I'm going to lose that matchup. So he actually swaps, which was interesting. I throw the Night Slash on purpose, even though I knew he swapped, because my Gyarados will have a better chance now taking out the opposing Gyarados and keeping switch advantage, which is still pretty important for me. So he's throwing a Crunch there. I shield it. I'm going to farm up a little bit more energy, but I'm not going to commit to the farm down here. I don't think I'm going to. I committed to the farm down there. Okay, I forgot. I did this clip like I did these battles like a day ago. I apologize. I've been using this team so much. But I did commit to the farm down there. That was pretty aggressive on my part. Even though it just threw a Crunch and Dragon Breath. It takes a while to charge up Crunches. It was still pretty risky because the Dragon Breaths his Gyarados dealt to me still added up. But now I have 2 Crunches for their Cresselia, and I'm sitting in a pretty nice situation. The one thing I do have to worry about, though, is a Registeel in the back, because I use my Gyarados to deal with their Gyarados. I really should have used my Cresselia to deal with their Gyarados, just because of the fact that if they have a Registeel in the back, I messed up this match. So they're going for their charge move here. I'm going to shield it. I'm going to hope I don't get debuffed, but I know I can now. Oh, I thought I was going to commit. Now, when I thought I was going to commit to the farm down, I don't. But I know I can definitely take out the Cresselia here. And I really didn't want to bring in my own Cresselia or the Obstagoon to try and quick move it down, even though it was super low, because they would have still gotten to a charge move like they just did. I don't mind my Gyarados going down now, because now the Cresselia is definitely in farm range, and their last Pokemon is an Escavalier. So I have a bit of an issue here. So I go for the Night Slash. This will do a decent amount of damage. It'll do about 1/3 of its health, I want to say. Yeah, well, now it's at half health because the counters went in. And I got it in range, whereas it can get to this Mega Horn, but as long as I beat it and I go for Future Sight, because both moves, Moonblast and Future Sight, are resisted because of Escavalier Steel typing, but Future Sight gets stabbed. So Moonblast at that health actually wouldn't have taken out the Escavalier. I would have had to rely on a Psycho Cut down, which isn't reliable. The Future Sight didn't either, but it got it lower. So now when he goes for this charge move, he's still only at like 1 HP, so I should be able to take it out. Also, it helps that the Future Sight stressed him out, that he knew he couldn't get all the way to a Mega Horn because I had gotten him to such lower health. But even if he got to a Mega Horn and had taken out, well, we would have dealt counters to each other, so I probably would have lost if I went for the Moonblast there. He brought in his Cresselia. I probably could have committed to the Psycho Cut down, but why take any chances when you have a Moonblast full? So 2-0 after that set. I meant 2-0 after that battle. Either way, though, Obstagoon really applies a lot of pressure. What am I running here? In this set, I'm still running Cross Chop. I actually changed it because, as much as I like that Cross Chop does super effective damage to Pokemon like Snorlax in this lead situation, Charmers are getting more popular again, and as a Hail Mary play, because this team is weak to Charm, I want to have Gunk Shot on Obstagoon. Just maybe it can win me one or two of those matches that I would have lost because of the Charmers. But anyhow, enough about that. Like I said, we will go over the weaknesses in another video. I promise. This team has weaknesses. I agree. Clutch Shield. He charged up such a weird amount of energy with the Snorlax. I'm like, this has to be a superpower. He's definitely going to try to catch me off guard. Snorlax doesn't get stab on it. And yes, Obstagoon is double weak to it, essentially. It wouldn't have taken out my Obstagoon, though, because Snorlax is more of like the tankier Pokemon, so its attack stat isn't as high, but still its clutch shot shielded that and it was really important. And then he brings in a Giratina, and I'm like, you know what? I have other Pokemon, excuse me, I know, I do this every video. I apologize for that. I have Pokemon in the back that can deal with that Snorlax, and because it's swapped out, I really don't want my Obstagoon to deal with the Snorlax later, because if it gets to another superpower and I don't have a shield, that's a problem. So I'm going to leave in Obstagoon here to deal as many Night Slashes to this Giratina, and what also helps and why I stayed in is because this Giratina Alter is running Shadow Claw. I have been seeing a lot less of those this season, but when my Obstagoon sees it, I'm extremely excited about it, because notice how I had 2 Night Slashes charged up? Those Shadow Claws aren't doing any damage to me, so all I have to worry about is the Dragon Claws doing damage, because Shadow Claw is triple resisted because of Obstagoon's normal typing, and it's double resisted there, and then single resisted because of Obstagoon's dark typing. So the Dragon Claws are the only thing doing damage to me. I was still able to tank that last one and get to another Night Slash here. So I just applied a bunch of pressure to this Giratina, and I was still able to take it out. We're at equal shield situation, and my Obstagoon had dealt some damage to the Snorlax. So he went off there. Definitely a great situation for me. Togekiss comes in and it's lined up with my Cresselia, so I played this out perfectly because I definitely didn't want that Togekiss lined up with my Gyarados. As much as it's not actually a dragon, he gets charmed down like he is one. Either way, I land that Moonblast there. I don't get the debuff, that's okay. He's going to go for the charge move here. I think I was pretty concerned. I was pretty concerned about it being a Flamethrower, and between the Flamethrower and the Charms, even though it ended up being an Ancient Power, I didn't want my Cresselia to go down because Gyarados, again, would struggle against a Togekiss. He swaps, brings in the Snorlax. I know he has Superpower, which means his other move has to be Body Slam. I mean, even if he had, like, Earthquake, you're not throwing an Earthquake at a Gyarados, but either way, I'm able to Dragon Breath it a bunch. And do I commit? Yeah, because I have so much health. I know the Snorlax's only option is these Body Slams, so I know I can tank another one and commit to the Dragon Breath down to essentially throw either resisted crunches, but I'm going to go for the Hydro Pump because I wasn't going to get to 2 crunches there because the next charm is going to take out my Gyarados. But I could throw this Hydro Pump to get the last shield, and then once I get charmed down, my Cresselia can come in, throw the Moonblast, which it's practically at, and take out the Togekiss. So now, another reason why I committed to that farm down is because if I would have thrown the crunch, obviously I would have had less energy, I would have never gotten to the Hydro Pump for the Togekiss. But also, I didn't want my Gyarados to leave that Snorlax matchup with a bunch of health, because then it just would have been energy for the Togekiss to feast on. So it was important that I actually let the Snorlax get my Gyarados lower, so that when the Togekiss came in to finish off my Gyarados, it couldn't get more energy to possibly give my Cresselia a hard time. I don't think it would have given it too much, but still, that's a gameplay strat in other situations where your matchups are tighter. You want to avoid getting farmed down. Like, you know the other Pokemon can farm up your Pokemon. You don't want to leave your Pokemon with a bunch of health for it to be farmed, essentially. My favorite lead for an Obstagoon is a Giratina Origin. For the main reason why I love seeing Shadow Claw and the Giratina Altered, Giratina Origin typically runs Shadow Claw, Ominous Wind, Shadow Ball. They have Dragon Pulse to deal with the normal types like Snorlax and now Obstagoon. But if it's not running Dragon Pulse, Giratina Origin cannot do any damage to an Obstagoon. You should see how little a Shadow Ball does. I wonder if it's in this match. I hope it is. Oh my god, it's so laughable. Anyhow, he brings in a Swampert, and I counter with Gyarados again, and I really got to get out of that habit. I just feel so comfortable with Gyarados as a safe switch, but I need to use it as my safe switch when I lose leads, not when opponents bring in Swamperts. Because again, if there's a Registeel in the back, then my Cresselia is going to get walled there, and then it relies on my Obstagoon to have to deal with that and the Giratina Origin. And if the Registeel can land a Focus Blast, that's a big problem for my Obstagoon. So I'm making mistakes here, but this team is just, again, like, I feel so strong, or I had such a good lead matchup that I'm still able to work around it because of that. And I was going to commit to the farm down. Their last Pokemon kind of luckily ended up being Escavalier, not Registeel. And because he swapped it in, now I can just throw all my energy that my Gyarados was farming up in that Swampert at it, which makes it easier because now it's kind of been, what's the word? It's been softened for my Cresselia to come and deal with. Because I still don't really want my Cresselia to come and deal with this Escavalier here, but I definitely can't have Obstagoon come in because those counters would be dealing double super effective damage. So Cresselia's coming back in, and I think I'm going to apply the same logic as last time. I don't have a shield here. I'm pretty confident I'm going to actually go for another Future Sight. So that Mega Horn goes through. Another one would obviously take out my Cresselia, and I'm going to go for the Future Sight just to guarantee that I take out the Escavalier. So for somebody actually asked me in my comment section recently when you would use Future Sight. these two situations are are very specific as to when you want to use Future Sight on Cresselia, because it gets stabbed, it does a little bit more damage than Moonblast, and for something like a Scavalier where it resists both, Future Sight's a good option when there's no shields. My opponent quit after that, so that was also pretty solid. But if you thought that quit was nice, wait until this fifth match. Yeah, when Obstagoon gets going, it can deal so much damage. It's so spammy and annoying. I love it, just like my Mud Boys. Anyhow, I got a lead here where I have my Obstagoon on Registeel, and this could go negatively if I decide not to shield and I get hit by a Focus Blast. Right here, I'm still running Cross Chop, which is dealing super effective damage and helping my Obstagoon soften up the Registeel. How I like to play this is I like to shield, and if the first charge move is a Focus Blast because they're trying to go for the kill right away, I will commit to winning out this matchup even if I ended a shield deficit. If I get baited with the Flash Cannon, then I try to figure out like when I want to swap in Gyarados to kind of try and come in and deal with the Registeel. But if they're going for the Focus Blast, I know the next one's going to be a Focus Blast also, because if they go for the Flash Cannon, they're not getting to the Focus Blast after that. So I will double commit. I will get at least one of his shields, which I've already gotten. I will go for the Night Slash here because the Registeel's already low enough where I might as well try and get the boost. I actually got both of his shields here, and I'm pretty confident I beat him to the charge move. Yeah, I was about to say, I was debating committing to the farm now, but I'm like, this is too risky. I know because he threw 2 Focus Blasts, I could get to my Night Slash though, and I ended up winning out that situation, and I'm feeling pretty good because Swampert can't one-hit KO my Obstagoon with a Hydro Cannon. So I'm going to at least get this Night Slash off and get the counters off, which means not only did I win out lead, even though we're both not, like, we both don't have shields here, I have his Swampert at half health already. I just got the boost, which was really nice, but he should be able to get to another Hydro Cannon. Oh, he swaps. He swaps, and because he should have been able to get to another Hydro Cannon and take on my Obstagoon. So I don't know what the logic was. Maybe, I don't know, maybe he missed out on the Mud Shot there. But either way, my Obstagoon was ready at another Night Slash, and because he swapped in Gyarados, it was about to deal some super solid damage there. But yo, Obstagoon, I will tell you about that. I've never been in love with an Ultra League Pokemon. I'm in love with an Ultra League Pokemon. Crazy thing is, if you take Obstagoon and you run simulations against a main Meta 4, Swampert, Cresselia, Giratina Alter with Dragon Breath, and Registeel, it actually like loses those matchups unless it gets a boost. And that boost happens a 1 in 8 chance, so it's not like super likely. But again, because it can just spam those Night Slashes, it applies that pressure, counter does a lot of damage. Some opponents just, don't feel comfortable, even if it's possibly a winning matchup, running one of those main Meta 4 against Obstagoon. And you also saw a Pokemon that's still pretty meta, like Gyarados, Obstagoon actually beats it. And if you play the matchup against Registeel right, like I did in that last one, Obstagoon can beat a Registeel too, and I literally made my opponent quit after that because then it got the boost when Swampert came in, and then Obstagoon just like took off. Like Obstagoon, again, applies so much pressure, and if you give it that boost, good luck to your opponent. Either way, let me know what you think about Obstagoon. Let me know what Pokemon you've been pairing it with. I'm definitely interested in some other teams of 3. I like this current team of 3, but I'd be open to trying out other ones. Also, let me know what you thought of me talking over a speeded clip, trying to figure out how I want to word that. And don't forget, please like, comment, subscribe. I really appreciate all the support, and I will see you guys in the next video.